Over the past few days, we have watched something in Washington that we have not seen in years. A sense of unity between Democratic and Republican congressional leaders. The question is, can these leaders make that last? Our first guest is a rising star in the GOP, Congressman Dan Crenshaw, a Republican from Houston. Congressman, thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course. Good to be with you.
You've already been critical of President Biden's executive orders in his first days in office. On what issues, though, do you think you could work with the new president?
Well, look, I just thankfully got onto the Energy and Commerce Committee and historically been one of the more bipartisan committees in Congress. It's a serious committee. It has enormous jurisdiction, whether it's on telecom, 5G, the tech issues that are facing our country and censorship, healthcare, energy. All of these things are immensely important to Houston. So I'm hoping to work with the administration on things like, how do we save our nuclear plants, right? If you say you care about the environment, then maybe we should be looking at nuclear plants. Solar and wind get 250 times more subsidies than your typical nuclear plant, even though a nuclear plant is actually a base power load and provides clean energy. I want to work with them on actually building more pipelines. So, I have a lot of distrust in the Biden administration already, because the first thing they want to do is cancel the Keystone pipeline. Well, last time I checked, that's a safer way to transport oil and gas than trains and trucks. It's also a cleaner way to transport oil and gas. I don't know what they don't understand about this. It also cancels out about 10,000 future union jobs, which the Biden administration says they want to keep. This will cost immense amount of cost to the Texas energy sector as well, some of these policies. I hope we can work together on some healthcare issues. One of my big priorities is direct primary care, getting people access to good primary care as a way to fix the rest of our healthcare problems as well.
Let's talk politics. You've recently said, I think it was on Twitter, that we can disagree without tearing each other apart. I'm curious about the GOP, though. QAnon and conspiracy theories have clearly taken root inside the Republican Party. How do you think the GOP should address that?
I think we've addressed it pretty well. I mean, look, even Alex Jones is out there denouncing QAnon. So I think QAnon is well on its way out. And so, there's like maybe one or two members of Congress that have ever flirted with QAnon, and they're denounced constantly for it. This is, especially when you compare this to, say, the Democrats' problem with something like Antifa or BLM. They don't even want to acknowledge that these things even exist or that they're even a problem. So look, the Republican Party understands what conservative values are and what should be in the box and what should be out of it. And we're pretty good about denouncing that. I want to see the same thing from Democrats.
Do you think the GOP will end up splitting like some people have been talking about?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you're seeing a lot of emotions right now in the as we transition to a Biden presidency, and you're seeing that kind of talk, but I don't think so.
Congressman, this is your first time on our program here, though, but we've heard your name plenty of times mentioned as a rising star in the GOP. I'm curious to know what you think about that when you hear that. And secondly, what are your political aspirations?
I guess I take it as a compliment, and my current political aspirations are winning my next term here.
What are your future aspirations?
That is my future. That's 2 years from now. So that's about as far forward as I think. I mean, look, politics is about the opportunities that present themselves, and right now that's not clear to me what that would be. I mean, but I do have every intention of continuing to serve Texas.
All right, Congressman Dan Crenshaw, good to see you. Thanks for the time.
Hey, appreciate you.
Let's refocus.